I'm Annie Fitzsimmons. I'm your Washington REALTORS Legal Hotline lawyer, and this is another episode in our series describing the statewide forms revisions that took effect July 11, 2023. And we are talking in this episode about a one-letter change to the Form 21 or any purchase and sale agreement in the statewide forms that includes the included items paragraph. It's found in paragraph 5 of Form 21. And this one-letter change, I guarantee you, is going to keep a buyer broker from having to purchase a major appliance, such as a refrigerator. What's the one-letter change? We've added the letter S to the end of the word refrigerator and microwave and dishwasher, and whatever other personal property items are identified in that list under paragraph 5. The significance of that is this. Buyer broker, if you're showing a home to buyer and they fall in love with a home, and this home happens to have a refrigerator in the kitchen and one in the garage and wherever else the refrigerators might be located around the property, when you mark the box refrigerators under paragraph 5 of Form 21, buyer and seller agree on those terms. Whatever refrigerators are on site at the time of mutual acceptance, seller will be obligated to leave all of those refrigerators when buyer takes possession. This is, from the buyer's perspective, an improvement over what the form used to say, because the form used to just have a singular form of refrigerator, which means that if that was all the buyer broker had marked, and buyer really intended to have the benefit of 2 or 3 or multiple refrigerators or microwaves or dishwashers, whatever the case may be. Think about ADUs. Think about wet bars where there could be multiple appliances in one home. If buyer had really intended to have all of those appliances and the box had been marked with a singular version of the word, then seller would have been obligated to leave only one of those appliances, and it would have been seller's choice as to which one. So this one-letter change protects buyers and buyer brokers when there are multiple appliances relevant to the check mark box provision on seller's property. But it's not a perfect outcome for everybody, because listing brokers, you now have to be more careful about that scenario where seller might be intending to take one or some of the appliances on the property. Maybe there's 3 refrigerators on site and seller intended to take one of them with seller to the next property. If that's the case, listing broker, then you're going to have to pay attention when that offer is made, because now when the refrigerators box is marked, unless you exclude that refrigerator that seller is intending to keep, then seller will be obligated to leave all of those refrigerators, even the one that seller intended to take to their new house. They'll be obligated to leave it on site. So this doesn't mean, the addition of the letter S does not mean that this has become a brain-free provision for real estate brokers. Listing brokers, you are still going to have to pay attention to this provision. And if you have questions on how to use it or any of our statewide forms, please visit warealtor.org and follow the links to the legal hotline. Thank you for being a Washington REALTORS member.